Welcome back to New Day, New Way. It's nice to see you again. If you're visiting for the first time, welcome for the first time. There's plenty of stuff on the channel. Feel free to look around. We are about creating our best lives by creating our best selves. And what I mean by that is this. We want to be excellent people. We want to be able to handle our lives masterfully. We want to be able to help other people, raise our families, excel in our job or our business. My channel is about doing these things and creating our best lives through entrepreneurial education. But this applies everywhere in your life. And what I'm going to talk about today is your limiting beliefs. You may not think you have any. I know that for a long time I didn't. Limiting beliefs, when you first say it to someone who hasn't really thought about it or given it any credence in their life, they think of it as maybe a prejudice or, a closed-mindedness, and they immediately come back and go, no, I'm not closed-minded and I'm not, prejudiced. And this doesn't mean that. Limiting beliefs have to do with us. Inside, it's internal. These are beliefs about us that we have developed and cultivated and used probably since childhood, probably since our young life, that in some form our subconscious thinks is there to protect us. Perhaps there are things that we've adopted as beliefs because we don't, we want to protect ourselves from something scary or being hurt or being embarrassed or being a failure. And as we go through our young lives, we adapt these things. Our bodies and minds are very, very adaptable, by the way, and highly suggestible. If these beliefs that you have that I'm not very good at speaking in public, I can't say how I feel, I'm not good at confrontation, I don't know how to have conversations that don't involve confrontation with certain people, all of these things that you tell yourself without realizing that you're telling yourself. I'm not as smart as that other girl at work, or I'm not as pretty. I used to have a fear of going to the gym because I thought people would be like, oh gosh, yeah, she really needs to be at the gym. People aren't thinking about you. It's one of those limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs are things that we tell ourselves in order to prevent something we perceive as shameful or bad or scary happening. And it also stops us. It creates a barrier so that we can't break through and move forward to the things we really want from our lives, right? You might not go for that promotion at work because you think Jim or Sally is smarter than you or has put in more time or they have a degree and I don't. And you can justify anything. If you haven't noticed that, you can justify anything. And all you have to do is really look around in public news and whatever these days. If you really want to, you can justify not doing something 1,000 ways. What it comes back to, really, is that you only have to justify things to you. And if you can call BS on some of these limiting beliefs, you can change them. I mean, they were let in. Your brain and your heart and your subconscious and your soul let all this in as a young person, and you adapted and created this modus operandi, if you will, because it was let in the first place, which means something else can be let in, doesn't it? If you can begin to change the belief that your conscious and your subconscious have by telling yourself better things and creating new patterns, what happens then? Oh, wow, probably a lot of good stuff. If you're like me, pictures also accompany, things in your mind, things that you tell yourself when you look in the mirror, depending how you're feeling that day. I've talked about this before. If you're feeling kind of stressed or maybe a little bloated or you didn't sleep well, you're going to look in the mirror at an outfit that you really like and go, oh, I look horrid in that. It's just, I can't go to work this way. I can't wear this. People will laugh at me. Write that down. The next time you have that incident in the mirror, stop. Write it down. I don't care if you're 5 minutes late leaving the house. Write it down. Would you say that to somebody else? Say you're at college, got a roommate, whatever. Would you turn to your college roommate or your significant other or your best friend and go, "Oh, you look hard in that"? People are going to say, "What in the hell are you wearing?" Of course you wouldn't say that. I hope you would never say that. Actually, I do know a couple people that probably would. But why would you say something hurtful like that to someone that you care about and cause them to be shamed and cause them to withdraw? So if you wouldn't say it to someone you care about, your child, for example, why would you say it to yourself? Limiting beliefs about yourself are one of the biggest hurdles that we as adults have to try to get past. Now, it sounds very simple to talk to yourself. And it is. It is. It's something that, like anything else, like exercise, like eating healthy, like anything else in your life that's worthwhile, it's worth being consistent with. Once you begin, be consistent with it. And you find yourself starting to feel awkward or inadequate, you sit back and kind of take a breath and go, why do I feel inadequate with this? What's that? Of course I can do this. I've done this before. Maybe it's just that I don't want to. Maybe that I failed last time. What did I learn from that? And this can all take place seconds, in your brain. Why am I telling myself that I'm inadequate? Why am I telling myself that I'm not enough? Not smart enough or capable enough or experienced enough or educated enough to do this task? Why are you telling yourself that? And I'm going to use an example here. My mom is one of the most amazing people I've ever met. She does not think she's amazing. She never has. However, recently, we found it really, really early. She has a small mass on one of her lungs. And we found it really, really early. And so in a discussion we were having, I kind of let her discussions with me free flow. Want to hear what she's feeling and what she wants to say, what she has to say. I want her to be heard. That's also very important. Most people don't feel heard, and that can cause some other internal things, right? They might stop talking. So I'm listening to her, and she says to me, I don't want the biopsy because it scared her. The thought of the biopsy. There's a couple ways to do those, and both of them are kind of... And she's not a person who ever was, really sick. She's never had but one surgery, and that was last December on her shoulder. Still has all of her internal organs, and she will tell you she's very proud of that. So she's not had experience with, other than her managing her diabetes for 30 years, with something that's traumatic. And she said, I don't want the biopsy. My body knows how to deal with things that are bad, that doesn't want. And while some of you are going, oh my God, please get your mom some treatment, take a breath. My mom had that belief about her body, and she still does. Her body has always served her well. I've seen her be down, and I'm 54. I've seen her be down in my life, other than this shoulder surgery, 2, maybe 3 times, with either an illness or, I think one time she hurt her back. Not very many times. This woman does not stay down. She does the things and gets back up and gets going, gets herself, going. And so I just fell in love with that statement. I've always said the same thing about my body. It's an internal belief that I've always had. And so while she has all these other limiting beliefs, that she's not smart as everybody else, that she's not as capable, that she, can't do this or that because she never, had the chance or the opportunity to learn or what have you, all these limiting beliefs that she was growing up with, right? These things she believed about herself because she internalized what other people said about her or what they said to her. But this belief is all hers. She feels very solid in her mind that her body will take care of this problem. And that's half the battle. I'm sorry if whatever you believe about cancer, and she will get, luckily for us, we can get it done in some radiation, very brief radiation therapy, and she'll be okay. But she doesn't have to have the biopsy. She put her feet down about that to the oncologist. And, we went, her oncologist listened to her and heard what she had to say. And, we fixed that problem. But she has this rock solid belief. So every morning when she gets up, she does her morning routine, she does her things. But somewhere in the back of her mind is that she knows that even though she's limited now at 86, her body can do what it needs to do. So imagine if she took that certainty and that rock solid belief and applied it to things like, I am smart enough, I can still do things, I'm capable, I'm lovable, I'm a great mom, I'm a great grandma, grandmother, whatever it is that limited her. And I know in the past things limited her. She always thought of herself as not so smart. I'm not witty, I'm not funny. You guys, I don't pick up stuff as quickly as you guys do. And she would say these things, and every time you say them, your brain internalizes that, and you say it enough, it becomes a belief. Well, imagine if she took that belief that she has, that level of surety, and applied it to other things. This is what I've been working on for months, these things that I've adopted and had with me since I was young. And I've started dispelling them and eliminating them one at a time. And it takes consistency to get rid of these limiting beliefs. And it is as simple, right, as conversations with yourself. I also highly recommend breathing and meditation because that's when I have the conversations with myself. I had an episode this week that was very stressful. And I took a moment to let the anxiety happen because it needed to happen. If you don't recognize feelings when they happen, you have to feel the feeling in order to, because you're in charge of that. In case you didn't know, feelings come on you for a reason. It's okay to go ahead and feel them. It's not like you have to go, stop, nip it in the bud, wait, stop, no, don't feel that. And that's bullshit. If you feel stressed or anxious or sad, and then we all know what it feels like to be brokenhearted, disappointed, right? It's okay to feel that. What is the saying? You don't unpack and live there, right? But feel it, let it happen so that you can process it. See, that's the thing people don't realize is you have to process what you're feeling with the tools that you have. Then you can begin to have those conversations. Yeah, I know that you're anxious. Yeah, that was stressful. But guess what? You can handle it. You're strong enough. You're smart enough. You can handle it. You can talk to yourself like this. You can handle whatever's coming. You don't have to know everything that's going to happen because you're capable enough to handle situations when they happen. And you're able to verbalize things, and you're able to deduce things, and you're able to manage. You can have these conversations. I don't know if you know that you can. Maybe you're, way more educated than me and you already knew this. So, okay, great. I hope you're using it. And that's the other thing. Knowing something and applying something. Two different things. A lot of things I know to be true until the last maybe year. There was a lot of things that I knew to be true that I was not applying. And the reason I wasn't applying them was because I didn't think I was worth it. I thought I taught other people to do it because, they're important. I put everybody else first. Everybody else is more important. It's more important that they be, stable and able to handle their crises in their life or their stressor or whatever. But I'm the person that helps. I'm not the person that heals myself. So I didn't think I deserved that. So the next thing I'm going to tell you about limiting beliefs is you have to give yourself permission before you even begin to talk to yourself, to do these things. The breathing, the meditation, start that, do it daily, in and out, focusing. I've done videos on this before, the breathing in full chest and breathing out in a slow, steady stream, focusing only on your breathing. You can visualize the parts of your body letting go of stress. This is a wonderful thing, and I think you should incorporate it daily. But the first thing you have to do is give yourself permission. You are important enough. You are valuable enough. And you deserve to be balanced. You deserve to be, in harmony. You deserve to achieve. You deserve everything that your heart desires in your life. But until you give yourself permission to go out and get it, nothing you do is really going to make that much difference. You just be going through the motions and checking boxes. Well, checking boxes is fine if you're taking an exam. And that's what's required to record your answer. Checking boxes in your life, that's you walking on one of those things at the airport, the moving sidewalks. You're not going to get where you need to go. You're not going to level up. You're not going to achieve what your heart wants for your life until you give yourself permission to heal from what's holding you back. I have a whole series on healing from bulimia. This video may well be in that category. You can take what I'm saying today and apply it to everything. Personal relationships, your business, your job, your raising children, you may have an eating disorder. Maybe you don't have an eating disorder, but you have bad dysmorphia about your body. Whenever we feel like we don't measure up, our body will punish itself. You'll punish your body for things in some way or the other. But you can stop that. And the first step is giving yourself permission to get rid of these limiting beliefs about you. And if I sound fervent, it's because I am. I want everyone to know how to do this. I want you to feel empowered and have the authority in your life to give yourself permission to heal from whatever it is you're healing from. That's it. That's all I got for you today. It's enough, right? Okay. I would love it if you're already doing something like this to please let me know in the comments. I would also love if you try it after watching this to please let me know in the comments if you have any questions, if you would like any more specifics or anything like that, please let me know in the comments. And if you know someone that could use this message, please share it. I think it's important. I want you to take good care, and I'll see you again soon.